what falls on your radar that qualifies a person to give advice and someone you would take advice from? So the days of social media is so guru. Everyone is a master in this and they're good at that. And it's been really getting to me recently, me seeing influencers that are getting lean or getting strong and they're now coaching. It's like doing something for yourself is not anywhere near doing something for someone else. So what qualifies on, or what's on your radar when you're going to take advice from someone, or you feel like it qualifies someone to give advice?
So I think the first thing that I look at is, do I believe someone shows up authentically? Like, it's what you said earlier. Do I believe that when I see someone and I visualize, you can only see, I mean, if we're talking about online, you can only see what they present online, right? But do they show up for themselves, and do they show up with their values and as many things as possible? Because then I believe that if someone is then projecting advice to someone, it is at least the values that they have within them. We both know people who are doing the exact opposite, and it's everywhere, and you meet them in person, you're like, oh my God, I thought this person was amazing.
Especially Bali.
It's crazy, right? Yeah. It's crazy. And so the first thing is like, do I see those values projected? The second is like, I just believe in do shit, talk about doing shit. And if someone is not done what if they've not walked the walk, then they shouldn't have the right to talk the talk.
But how do you know? So like, I always post about be a 2-minute, 2-second person. I always post about say it and do it. So we had the experience of training together. You could then hold me to the standard of what I teach. But I could present online as do this, you know, I'm showing up for myself, I'm doing these workouts and all this shit, and I could be doing none of it. How do you differentiate that? Because without meeting me, you wouldn't know.
I think that's incredible. I think I mean, I'm interested if you think it's a solvable problem, but for me, it's like, it's an unregulated industry where you don't have to prove anything you're talking about. But I don't think that's the real question to ask is, well, if I could reframe the question, it's probably how I like to think of it is like, no one is forcing you to ever believe anyone, so only believe the people that you truly align with. And that the difference between that is, are you someone who thinks critically and evaluates their own thinking?
Dude, sorry to cut you off. I love that so much. So if you were to throw the question back on me, my answer is just critical thinking. To see side A, side C, and in the middle. Anyone who can see both perspectives and also mention the middle combined perspective is someone I would take advice off. And I also think, that they're able to give advice. We know, without saying names, of an individual, right? Yeah, so online presented as if they're this, in person not. So you're saying, you just align to someone that if they align to the values and all these things, but if they're not doing it, but you feel like they're aligning to all these values, how do you filter that out?
I don't think I have the answer for you, bro. Like, I think the scariest thing is you can't filter it out. Yeah, I don't think I can give you an answer, because we've both been shocked by this individual, and we've both like met many other people who are the exact same. So I don't think there is an answer. How do you filter that out? I think for me, man, like, I actually just really don't try and put too many people on pedestals.
Dude, we live such a similar life, yeah.
Like, it's like, I just like to think I'm in my lane, and if X influencer is promoting this way of living, then right, like, I will evaluate whether I want to live like that way, but I won't align that way of living to that person. I'll just say, okay, that person is eating clean food. I think I should eat clean food. Therefore, I'm going to eat clean food. Not I'm only eating clean food because that person's doing it. So I just take little bits of everyone's life and then combine it to mine.
Yeah, the way again, what you said, I don't think I've ever been able to pedestal people. I think that personally stems from childhood things with my father and whatnot. After that, like, I can't idolize anyone.
Yeah.
All humans are the same. The more podcasts I do with famous people, the more I realize they have more problems than the everyday person. So it just brings people to the human level. But I just critical think myself. So if they're living this life that running 5 a.m. every morning is great, it's like, okay, why do they think that? Okay, why might that not actually be useful? And then what's the thing in the middle? But yeah, I often don't take advice from people online unless I've watched enough of their stuff that there is that kind of filter to decipher that they are who they say they are. Because if you watch one podcast, yeah, I could fake all this shit to my audience. But if you watch 50 and I've repeated maybe, 10 things at the same time, I'm sure you could filter enough that they're living that life.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just think I like you said, I don't take it at face value. Someone says you need to wake up at 6. I'm not going to start waking up at 6. But if they might spark a thought, okay, why 6? Well, what's 6 going to do? Waking up at 10 does this for me. Maybe waking up at 6 will do this for me. Actually, it might be useful. I'm not taking what they're saying at face value, but just as like a spark of inspiration.